Yes guys, going on? Welcome back. It is episode number 25 of the summer career mode. What a win for Oxford United, 2-1 over Southampton, seeing us propel up the table all the way to 18th place. Still in the relegation zone, obviously, due to that embarrassingly low goal difference swing. But even so, 3 straight games without a loss at the Casam and having a chance to possibly escape the bottom 3 today. Loads of big Premier League games coming as we aim to get out of the relegation zone. And we'll have the FA Cup last 16 away at Deepdale against the Championship side Preston, with a chance to reach the quarterfinals for the first time in the series. So lots of big games coming, and we start here. Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park against Glasnow's side, where a win will see us go out of the bottom 3 for the first time in a long time. Huge game in South London to start off with. Come on to use. E-I-E-I-E-I-O, up the Premier League we go, all the way to 18th. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, I'm still not overly confident. We've given ourselves a chance though, that's the thing. You know, our last 3 Premier League games at the Casam, 2 draws and a win. So that's, 5 points taken for a possible 9. And that, that kind of form would see us land somewhere in mid-table if we were to have it for the whole of the season. But that's the problem. Have we been able to do that for the whole of the season? Well, no, obviously not. So, yeah, this is a crucial episode today. Because if we can get a few more wins on the board, big ask, I know, but if we can, we've got a golden chance to escape the bottom 3 and possibly pull away. But if that mini run ends up being nothing other than a flash in the pan, it's not going to be worth anything coming the end of the season. We'll still end up going down. And this is the problem for us this season. At the Casam, we've not been that bad. But away from home, that is where we've really struggled. Palace through early, offload, and a great save by Gray keeps it at 0-0 for now. And petition for EA to allow you to order the league table from other things other than just points alone. Like in Football Manager, for example, it's really cool. You can order the league table based on home record, away record, goal difference, the last 5 games, which is always really interesting too. Oh, come on! And if we were ordering a league table based on our last 5 games, well, I tell you this, we wouldn't be in 18th, we wouldn't even be in the bottom 3. Higgins with the opener, Oxford stunned Selhurst Park silent. And Warner has now got an assist to go along with a goal as well in these last 2 games. He scored in the FA Cup against Wigan Athletic as well. I must say, recalling him from loan has been a really, really smart decision, man, because he now is looking like a very, very solid piece in our rotation. If not always starting, even off the bench, like how he got the goal in the last game, he's got some ability, man. And he's definitely one to watch out for the rest of the season and for next season, where he'll definitely end up being a starter, I think. Here's Eberechi Eze through the gap. Retige's shot blocked by another player we recalled and has done well, Malik. And finally, we're starting to see a few more youth players in this team have an impact other than just Higgins, Lowe and Amin. Gray, Dior, and now Warner as well this season. All getting in on the act. As does this man. Tyrese makes it 2, and Oxford for the first time this season are going to win back-to-back in the Premier League. And like I discussed in the last episode, being very strategic for this game here, I've got my strongest possible lineup out there, as Malik has been an absolute brick wall in this run here. Keeps it at 2-0, and we've got Liverpool in the week at the Casam, and granted we're unbeaten in 3 in Oxford, but let's be honest here, we've got very little chance of getting anything from that game. I say throw the backup side out there, take the L, and then we'll have a fully fit side for the game against Preston at Deepdale. Game management, and we managed this game brilliantly. 2-0 Oxford, came out of the blocks firing in the second half and collects a massive 3 points in London. What a result. That is one of the wins of the season. Right, we'll jump into it then. Following game, it will be Liverpool at the Casam. Again, no losses in our last 3 in Oxford, but I'm rotating my entire lineup, man. We've got fatigue issues, we've got fitness issues, and we've got Preston on the weekend in the Cup with a golden chance to reach the quarterfinals. I'm being strategic and basically just waving the white flag for this one and saying, don't injure any of my players, please, Arnie Slot. Take the 3 points on. Following game, Liverpool. I'll do my best anyway, but I'm not expecting much here. To be fair, I've got a few stars out there for this game. We've got Duomo, Lowe, of course, Gray between the sticks, who is chipped, but Golding read that perfectly. You might notice I'm starting to do that a bit more nowadays. And, I got criticised quite a lot in the comments, people saying, oh, Doxy boy, stop rushing your keeper out. And it's a habit, I know, which I've worked on a lot. But now when I do that, I will often bring a defender in behind to get it off the line, and sometimes it's successful, like it was there as O'Donka almost got away from Chouameni. It's a wise call. If you're like me and you can't resist bringing your keeper out at times, always make sure you drag a covering defender in behind him to try and get the ball off the line if you're quick enough. As Hugo Ekitike bends one, Gray makes the save, and then, the rebound by Nusa goes just wide. The key really is just don't make individual mistakes, as Gray's kick is headed clear by Nuno Mendes. Don't give Liverpool easy chances. You know, they're a far better team anyway. They're going to have more opportunities. Don't give them easy ones. You know, as Nusa's pass is blocked, he'll get it back, roll it into the middle. Gray with a brilliant save, and then just... Alright, charges after the ball and will get the danger away, but still tied at 0-0, 59 minutes in. This would be an amazing point we can hold on to it, man. I've just got to slow the tempo down, keep holding that ball and burn as much clock as possible. Come on, don't give him a chance. Salah into Ekitike, and just hoof. Actually, it turned out to be a great pass by Gray as well. And as things stand, still tied at 0-0. Some of you might notice that Salah is wearing number 20 in this save for Liverpool. And you might wonder why that is. Well, it's because there's a common transfer kind of merry-go-round, if you will, in career mode nowadays, where a lot of times a player will leave the club and then get re-signed a year or two later. That's what happened with Salah. So he got sold and then he rejoined. And of course, unlike in real life, as he's denied by Chad Gray, the 20 is not retired and immortalised for the late, great Diogo Jota. And I guess if anyone's going to take it, it's kind of a nice feel that Salah's got it. Anyway, another good save by Gray, and we are still, with 15 to play, holding on. Can we do it? Nusa rolls through the gap. Here is Ekitike. Gray once again to get to your feet. Headed back into play. Gray is there. And still we hold. Oh, no. No. Come on. This will be cruel. Final chance. We stood strong all game long. Farage Kalia rolls it for Ekitike. Gray once again. Chad. The Chad. What a brilliant display. Not for the first time this season. And Oxford hold on. When I said in the last episode we need to make the Kassam a fortress, I did not expect this to be a game where we would hold strong, but we did. Defense was solid, and when we needed bailing out, the Chad does it again. Hughes hold on to the point. That's an amazing result. Do you know what though? This season, it's worth pointing out, we've taken points off both Liverpool and Arsenal at the Kassam, and we knocked Manchester United out of the Carabao Cup at home as well. This year, the Kassam has been probably about as good as I possibly could have hoped for, really, as we do some more scouting from Haiti and Jordan. Are we going to find our first player from Jordan this month here as well? There was one player we were looking at last month who looked quite good, this lad here, and I think I might give him a scholarship too, because at the moment, yeah, just not quite finding anyone from this nation, so I'll make sure we've got at least one player from every country we scouted. Right, we'll jump into it then. Following game, heading into this, it is the FA Cup last 16 against the Championship side, Preston North End at Deepdale, and facing them here away. Well, what a golden chance we've got, and we won't have many throughout the course of the save, I feel, at least in the first few seasons of going far in a cup competition. We've got it today, and a chance to reach the quarterfinals of the FA Cup for the first time in the save. Definitely the stronger side, and right now in our best run of form of the season, let's make sure we avoid the cup set here and make the quarterfinals. Following game, Preston at Deepdale in the FA Cup 5th round. Hugo to Warner. Once again in the starting 11. I like him a lot, man, as Higgins feeds him through, and he should make it one. Great footwork, and the finish just wide of Freddie's right-hand post. But he's solid, man. Every year I keep me thinking, right, what's the youth player that's going to break into the team this year? He's getting some minutes in the second half of the season. Next year, he'll start the majority of my games. I like him a lot. It's somewhat bittersweet, though, because, as I said, I really want to make this side as diverse as possible. For 3 of the starters to all be from England, realistically, I guess it makes sense for the homegrown feel, but we want to make the side as multinational as possible, so I'd quite like a few more different nationalities to be in the first 11 on a more regular basis, not just Chad and Amin. Anyway, still 0-0, 43 minutes in. Good first half from the U's. All that's missing is the goal. We might get it here though. Warner slides it across, and we will get it here because Higgins isn't going to miss. Belts one in, top bins, and right before the break, the U's draw first blood. 45 minutes away from the FA Cup quarter-final. I made a bold decision subbing Higgins off at the break, man. I feel as though his job is done. He's got to go. We've not really been under any pressure in the game as well, so just keep it tight defensively, and that's us through. to the quarterfinals, and it is now Warner once again on cue, makes it 2, and that is going to do it. The furthest Oxford ever got in the FA Cup, quarterfinals. We're going back there again. So it's going to be now 7 games in a row without defeat, and only 1 in our last 10 in all competitions. The only one we had was away in North London against Arsenal, and certainly nothing to worry too much about. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but Oxford United are in pretty good form right now, and we're also into the quarterfinals, which is the second time in club history. Last day, here we come. Let's see who we got. Well, I'm hoping there'll be at least one more EFL side remaining, and what would be a golden chance to reach Wembley for the first time in the save. I mean, you've still got Pompey in there. You've still got, there's Norwich are in there as well. And I think all the ties should be played on the weekend as well. So we'll have a quick look, and it's going to be Brighton at home, who, to be fair, we beat away and drew at home. We're underdogs, but we've got a chance. I'll probably end on that game today as well. But before we get there, 2 more big games coming in the Premier League, despite the draw against Liverpool and the big back-to-back wins and no losses in our last 3. We are still in the relegation zone, but a win here will surely see us escape it for the first time in the calendar year. Following contest back at the Cassan, where we've been undefeated for a while. Brentford coming to Oxford. Definitely underdogs once more. But if the U's can pull it out once again at home, we'll be out of the bottom 3. Huge game next up. Brentford at the Cassan. And to think, despite this fantastic run we've been on, Oxford United are still in the relegation zone. I mean, that is just ridiculous. It's, oh, what a finish that is by Konate, and the Bees had the lead before the break. Like, this season, we have done as good as I possibly could have hoped for our debut year in the Premier League with the weakest team in the league. And yet it's still not enough for us to be outside the relegation zone. If that doesn't tell you how hard it is to survive in the top tier, I don't know what will. And the past 2 years in real life, we've seen the top 3 teams going up, going straight back down for the following season. Honestly, you can understand why. It is so difficult to survive in the top tier. We've got a chance though. You know, we've got a chance to survive. And really, it's as much as I could have hoped for. Oh, is that going to go over the bar? Yes, it is. For this Oxford team at this stage in the season, sorry. Just be in with a chance. Just be in with a chance of survival. And we are. We've got a good chance. Only in the bottom 3 on goal difference prior to this game as Curry blocks the shot. As good as I could have hoped for, really. Whether it's enough coming in the season, we'll find out. But at least we still have the opportunity heading into the final 10. Still, that second goal is coming, no doubt about it. It's been all Brentford for the game, really. Konate's taken 5 shots in this one with 28 minutes to go. It's one of those where you just think, well, we might only be down by 1, but it feels like we're down by about 3 or 4. Do you know what I mean? We've not really been in it at all for the entire game. And whilst we've been undefeated at Cassan for a while now, I think that record is going to go here. Fabio Carvalho finds a pocket of space. Oh, it's a brilliant ball. Brilliant ball, and that is what he's capable of when he's on his day. You know, recently I was talking about Smith Rowe, and I called him a confidence player. You know, one of those players that's got sublime ability at patches, but he needs to feel good if he's going to show that. You can lump Carvalho into that bracket as well. When he's on his day, he can do things like that. The question is, how often is he going to be on his day? 2-0, game over, and our first defeat at the Casam in a while. Right, let's do 2 or 3 more following game, and this comfortably one of the biggest games remaining in the season as well. 10 to play, still in the bottom 3, but only on goal difference. And the team we face, only above us on goal difference in 18th. You have a basement battle, relegation 6 points, to Leeds United away at Ellen Road. Heading into this one, I would say, if we lose this, 10 to play with our goal difference, we're certainly not over, but we'll need a very strong finish to survive. But a win, and surely for the first time this year, we'll be out of the relegation zone. Leeds away at Ellen Road, following game, one of the biggest remaining. Come on, the U's. Oh dear, I don't know. I think it's doable. Let's survival. Don't get me wrong, but oh, what a goal that would have been! As Chad prevents Leeds going up early. I think I could see us collapsing. I don't want to say that, but it's true. Like a big loss there at home. The Cassan, previously a fortress, now breached. Yeah, I've just got a feeling, you know, this might be where our run comes to an end. Leeds could escape the bottom 3 of a win and further put us in it. Right now, it just feels. Oh, Spencer would have blocked. Oh, it's just a matter of time before we totally capitulate. How are we still tied at 0-0 here? We weathered an early storm from Leeds, and as things... Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to do it. No, it's just like, what? EA have got to fix that, man. Listen, I want long throws to be effective again. I miss the days of Rory to that. That was prime Barclays for me. But not like that. Come on. As Hugo finds Warner. And oh, we almost scored anyway from going backwards. EA have got to fix that. Sometimes when you drag a man towards the close to the goal from throws, the defenders just let them go. And I think it's because they assume they'll be offside. Because they would be if it was anything other than a throw-in. So, yeah, you can't be offside from a throw, of course. EA have got to fix that. It's such a silly exploit. It's been on the game for years now. 22 minutes to go. You could cut the tension with a knife here down the road. Both teams know that a win would be priceless, but a loss disastrous. Ilyas Gurev's header goes straight to Chad. Ilya Gurev, I should say. And it's still 0-0. Yeah, it's one of those where it's a little nervy here. Neither side wants to push too many bodies forward, knowing what would happen if they concede. Possession surrendered by Teddy. Oh no, that's so unlucky. And Spencer's header deflects straight to Jack Harrison, who scores the winner. This might be the game that sees Oxford United collapse. Actually, I'm not sure if there was a deflection there. I think the header from Spencer just wasn't strong enough, and Leeds have probably won it. And they're going to go out of the bottom three, and Oxford United are going to be 3 points behind safety. And yeah, I think this might spell the beginning of the end, if you will. Oxford's starting to lose their confidence. It was a great mini run, but now it's come to an end, and this could be the dagger. This will be the dagger. Oh my goodness, it's not. Lifeline. Literal lifeline handed to us by Leeds. That should be in the game. It's not. But it will be now. No, it won't. Dembele wins it back. Warner. Ball. Higgins. Touch. Control. Finish! The boy wonder from Bicester does it again. Higgins to the rescue. Oxford claim the point. How crucial could that be come the end of the season? Massive moment. And then I wrote that footwork from Higgins, sensational. For a second I thought he got totally mixed up. Instead, just about kept his composure. Bails us out. Oxford United have just rescued possibly not just a point, but their whole season. And honestly, man, that's where you want to see like some argy-bargy post-game. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I say this all the time, and I'm an adamant believer in this. The EA really should add a 15+ DLC as Everton win the first major domestic honour of the season, beating Man City in the Carabao Cup final. But genuinely, it would just make it so much more immersive, man. The stakes, the pressure, the intensity, and to get a goal like that, that's where you want to see some heated discussions, if you will, come to full-time whistle. Anyway, we'll probably end on this following game. It's not in the Premier League, but in the FA Cup, and what a chance we've got, man. Quarterfinals going into this. Only 2 defeats in our last 11 games, I think it is now, in all competitions. Now taking on Brighton, who this season we faced twice, and have avoided defeat against them both times as well. A chance to reach Wembley for the first time with a save. Underdogs, don't get me wrong, we may not get a better chance for a while at reaching Wembley in the entire series. So huge game to end on here. Brighton in the FA Cup quarter-final, and a chance to make history and go as far as the U's have ever done in the club's history. Come on, the U's. I got a strong lineup for this as well, because once more we may not get a better chance at reaching Wembley for a long time, man. You know, sometimes you need a bit of luck in the cup draw. You need to be on it. I mean, we've had our luck with the win in the spot kicks. We've been on it in a couple other games as well. We've thrashed Preston, very fortunate cup draw there, taking on an EFL side. Like we've had the combination you need for a cup run. Let's not bottle it now against a good Brighton side, but a side we haven't lost to so far in the save. Higgins wins it back. Great hustle from Higgins. He says, ref play advantage, please. He's going to find Warner. He'll hold it up brilliantly. It's going to be one. It should have been one. It is one. Higgins follows in his own miss, clips it off the post. Oxford in front and 80 minutes away from Wembley. To go before the break, Fran Garcia sprinting down this left-hand side. Aarons and Spencer quick, but not quick enough. Ball rolled into the middle. It will come to Burkhart. Dior hustles well. Hey! And a lapse in communication as Malik wins it back. He has been an absolute brick wall since returning from loan. He's like Trevor Chalobah. Remember Chelsea last year got Chalobah back in January, and for the rest of the season he was brilliant. He's literally been that for us, man. Malik, Trevor Chalobah, Dior. He's unbeatable at times. He has been today. That's one thing people forget about Crystal Palace last season as well, is that, you know, midway through the year, they lost Chalobah, who had been excellent in their team prior to being recalled by Chelsea. So for them to go and win the FA Cup, as Spencer handballed that, it just goes to show you how brilliant they did last season, and were well worthy of the credit they got. What's happened there? And the shot is blocked, and Teddy does well to clear it away under pressure. But yeah, Chalobah has done so well since coming back to Chelsea. What is going on here? This is a very strange passage of play, and it's resulted in a goal. I have no idea what happened there, but Burkhart makes it 1-1. What a bizarre goal. Come on, let's not throw this away now. Brighton coming forward. And Ayari plays a great ball through. Gomez denied by Gray. And now the Seagulls are going to flip this script. They weren't in it until the break, and now they're looking the stronger team and aiming to go in front. That's keeps. Yeah, there we go. Half an hour to go. I don't see it's going pens either. I don't see it's going pens. Someone's going to win this, and probably in normal time too. 22 minutes on the clock. Corner whipped in near post. Hugo doesn't get there. Gray did enough on Burkhart. Higgins does even better to win that at the near post. And in the first half, that's the position where he scored from. In the second half, that's the position where he prevents a goal being scored from. Still 1-1. It's all Brighton. It's all Brighton. Malik is there again, and Oxford get it away. 20 minutes to go. Can we weather the storm and force extra time, or can we possibly shock the Seagulls and get a winner ourselves? Curry finding Warner. Higgins receiving it. Flicks it back. Warner just dribbles in a circle, but why not if it works? Higgins is through. And he's going to chip the keeper. Confidence personified. Michael Higgins. What a goal. 6 to play. Brighton desperate to force extra time. And it's that. Oh, brilliant. This is going to be free. Oh, yeah. Free volley, volleyed in. That was quite literally a David Beckham in his prime kind of cross. No one was getting near that other than Burkhart. When you talk about on the money, that is on the money and then some. And I've taken off a lot of my starters as well. I thought the game was done after Higgins got what I thought would be the winner. And now... oh no, this is going to be cruel. Burkhart is through. And Brighton have snatched it to death. Oxford United, king of the bottle, Burkhart with the winner, and I've absolutely choked it at the end. The place at Wembley for the first time in a say slips my fingers. I have bottled it. Well, that is going to go down as one of my biggest bottles in FC25. 12 minutes away from a place at Wembley, and I absolutely choked it. Brighton into the semis, and Oxford's wait for a final 4 place in the FA Cup will go on. But that will do it for today's episode of the Summer Career, guys. Big fan of watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you had, then please do drop a like. So you'll have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with most of the remaining 9 games, as we'll have a 2-part series finale, or season finale even, where we are still in the bottom 3, but only on goal difference. And I think in the next episode, we're going to know whether we're going to be dead and buried or still have a chance at survival. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the penultimate episode of Season 3 very soon.